Hello, I am Shanna Pizer, Coach Shanna P, at Coach Shanna P in all of the places. Um, I came across this graphic the other day, and um it's so beautifully illustrated the before and after coaching, like what your brain might look like before you're coached and what the coaching process does to kind of the chaos that's in your brain while you're getting coached. And I just wanted to share that. Let's see, I'm going to share my screen and show this. I just love this so much. You see the brain before coaching, it's all jumbled. And what that represents is all of the things going on in your mind that are unexamined, that you are aware of some of them, and some of them you're not aware of because they're just intertwined and tangled. And I a lot of times will explain coaching and even journaling and thought work, being doing this intentional thought work, whether it's on your own through journaling or just intentionally coaching yourself or getting on a call with a coach and having a coach help you to examine what's going on in your brain to kind of help you work through it. And I have likened it to a jewelry box. I don't know about you. I mean, I have one now, but when I was a little girl, I loved going through my grandmother's jewelry box. And there were necklaces and bracelets and earrings, and her earrings were clip-ons because she didn't have her ears pierced, and rings, and the necklaces were just like tangled up in each other, and they were tangled up with the rings and the bracelets and the clip-on earrings and the brooches. And I loved going through her jewelry box and untangling all of it and laying it all out so I could see exactly what she had. And then I could play with the jewelry and put it on um, and do that. But I think that the part that was the most fun for me was the detangling and laying it all out. And so that is kind of what I have equated coaching to is when you're overwhelmed, stressed out, you've just got so much on your mind that you can't even sleep at night. That's that tangled up jewelry box. All of your thoughts are tangled up, and you're thinking about your marriage and your kids and your finances and your dog and your friendship and your parents and siblings, and it's just all tangled up. And when you come to coaching, you get to present all of that. And then what a coach will do, what I will do as your coach, is say, okay, what do we want to focus on right now? What is the most pressing thing right now? And we'll kind of lay out your thoughts to see what is impacting you at that time. And I'll question you about the thoughts, and we will decide, we'll make some decisions about the thoughts that you want to think and the thoughts that you didn't even realize you were thinking. A lot of times in coaching, somebody will say a sentence and then like stop and like almost like they're surprised and they're like, either there's a few things or a couple at least. Either they will be like, I didn't even know I was thinking that. Or another thing that will happen a lot is they'll say, I've never said that out loud. I knew that it was in there, but I've never said it out loud. And that can be so helpful. And a lot of times when that happens, the first thing you want to do is judge yourself. Like, because if you haven't said it out loud, it's probably a thought that you're like, I shouldn't be thinking this. This is a bad thought or something like that. And so the first thing I want to do when that happens is just allow a completely non-judgmental space. I want to reassure my client that I am not judging them. And also, it's not helpful for you to judge yourself for the way that you're thinking or the thoughts that you're having, because then those thoughts that are are not creating the results that you want are there, and then also you're heaping judgment on those thoughts, so it's just piling on more and more of the detangling that we want to do, right? So as you're working with me, your coach, and we're untangling and laying out all of these thoughts that are jumbled up in your head, we can start seeing patterns. And then we can kind of wind it up or hang the necklaces on the hooks and put the rings in the little ring slot and bring some order to your mind, and that often just brings relief. It's just that awareness that giving yourself that coaching space allows you to achieve. And then we can move on to what are the results that you do want, and what are, like, how do you have to change your thinking to create those feelings that are going to drive you to that action that you want. But I just, for this video right now, I just wanted to share, I just love this illustration of the tangled up thoughts in the brain before you're coaching, and then the order and the, I don't know, I guess order is the right word, that you can attain during a coaching session. And also, let me just say, this is not a one and done thing. Like, you don't come to coaching and have your tangled up brain, have one coaching call, and then it's like, it's better forever. No, because we're humans and our brains are human brains, and they're going to get all tangled up again about something else. And then you're going to bring that to coaching. And it can be, coaching can be, you just come and bring whatever it is that, the fight that you had with your husband, or how you feel like you're being a bad mom because of whatever nonsense we make up in our heads about how perfect we should be as moms. And then the next week, it could be something else. Or it could be, I have this goal I want to achieve. I want to lose weight. And I've tried so many times. I've lost weight before, I've gained it back. And we'll do that same untangling through the process of losing weight. And as you know, as you're going through the weight loss process, different things come up at different times, and you're focusing on different actions that you want to take and work on at different times. So I really wanted to share this illustration because I think it is such a beautiful representation of what even one coaching session can do, and what relief that brings when you get off a coaching call. And I had I had a pretty comical coaching experience a couple weeks ago. I reached out to one of my coaches and I was like, I should probably get coached, and I really don't want to get coached because I know I'm right. And like, I honestly believed when I went onto that coaching call that I was not going to get any relief from the situation because I was just like, I just know I'm right. And so I really don't want to get coached on it, but I probably should, just to see like if there's something I'm not seeing. And it was the session was about my husband and about his kind of work habits. And it was really funny because I told him I was going to get coached. And as soon as I told him I was going to get coached, he knew exactly what I was going to talk about. And of course, he thought I was just going to get on and complain about him and like figure out how to get him to change what he's doing, which honestly is what I wanted to do. But I went into that coaching session and I was like, okay, here it all is. And I just like word vomited all of my thoughts, feelings, opinions, how I am absolutely right. Which I still do believe that I'm right in the situation. And also, the coach helped me to see how the way that I was thinking was not helping me at all. It was not helping my relationship with my husband at all. And she coached me through it. And I got to a place where I honestly still believed I was right, but also that he is right. And I can see it from his perspective too. And I think basically what it came down to was I don't really like, I can't understand how he is viewing the situation. So I'm going to appreciate that basically. And it was a super great resolution, too much to explain. And I really don't want to go into it anyway. But it was so helpful. And honestly, I went into that coaching call and I was like, you're not going to like, you are not going to be able to help me with this. You are not going to be able to help me get my mind straight about this. And she absolutely did. And it was fantastic. And my husband, just kind of a funny aside, after the coaching call, my husband asked me about it. And I was like, it was great. Left it at that. And he was like, well, what do I need to do? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, you got coached. What do I need to do? And I said, well, coaching is for the person that's being coached. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. And that was it. And he has adjusted his ways a little bit in the thing that I got coached on, even though I really didn't give him any other details than what I just said here. And the situation has actually improved. And when he does keep doing those same things, my thought patterns about it have improved completely. And I have not felt um, that angst and all of those negative feelings that I was feeling when I reached out to my coach. I have not experienced that again because of that one coaching call that I got on. So that's my that's my most recent example. I have a lot of them, but for this, I just wanted to share. I love this illustration, and I think that it is just a really great um, visual for what coaching can do. And even one session, but the more, the better. And as you go about coaching and learning the techniques and practicing getting coached and applying those things that you learn and that awareness that you gain, you start transferring that into different situations and it just makes everything better. I'm just saying. Not perfect because life is 50-50. We have ups and downs and hard times and easy times. And so it doesn't make it perfect. Just like when we accept Jesus into our heart, it makes life better because we have Jesus inside of us, but the world is still the same. There is ugliness and there is beauty, there is hate and there is love. So it's um, learning how to operate in all of it. If you're interested in experiencing the beauty that is coaching and seeing how you can get your mind untangled and laid out nicely or wrapped up in a beautiful pattern, schedule a right fit call with me and we can talk about where you're at, what you might want coaching on. You can check my um, Facebook group, Start Where You're At Facebook group. And sometimes I will put opportunities in there to get coached for free, or just schedule a right fit call and let's see how coaching can help you. I would love to meet you and talk about coaching because I love all things coaching. Again, my name is Shanna Pizer. I am at Coach Shanna P on all of the platforms, and I would love to hear from you. Have a great day.